Okay, this video doesn't need an introduction to who Leeeee is, as everyone knows his story with Stampy. The subject I'm going to be covering in this video is the allegations that were made against him almost 9 years ago. And yes, although this drama is very dated, people are still confused as to what Lee did that made him leave both Stampy's world and YouTube. Now, I have made a video on this subject before in 2022, however, I'm redoing it as my original Leeeee video was terrible. So in August 2015, Keem uploaded a video onto Drama. In the Drama, Keemstar explained how an article reported how Leeeee had apparently terrorized a surrogate aunt in a Facebook campaign. Now, the two articles that reported this story were the Daily Record and Mirror. Both articles explain how Lee, who was 16 during this incident, went into an 18-year-old schoolgirl's house and busted a nut in a pair of her pants. He would then hide the clothing and message the girl on Facebook on an account called Michael Duffy, telling her the location of her underwear, then going on to message her stating, "I know you, and I would do anything to make you scream." Lee had also allegedly stalked her, walking behind her in the street and being unaware of his presence. The victim eventually reported this matter to the police in March 2015, being described in court as increasingly anxious about her personal safety. The article reported how a year before this incident, Lee had done the same thing to another woman, that being a 52-year-old family friend who was described as being a surrogate aunt to Lee in 2014. Using the Facebook account Michael Duffy, once again, he repeated the same sexual action I mentioned previously and messaged the 52-year-old about the location of her pants, later going on to send her an explicit photo of himself stating, "I want to give you this." Once the woman threatened to report him to the police after her son found the underwear, Lee deleted the Michael Duffy account. However, Lee was interviewed at a police station and was identified to have done the sexual act through DNA testing. According to the articles, Lee pleaded guilty to both charges. Once Keemstar had reported this story, Lee had taken down his Twitter account and disabled comments in his videos. A month after this story was reported, Leeeee had left Stampy's world in September. Now, although the articles provided zero evidence of Lee doing any of these actions, the majority of people assumed it was all true, as Lee had left Stampy's world as well as tried to hide from this controversy by disabling comments and never speaking about the drama. Lee would then upload videos onto his channel until September 2017, where he took a several-month hiatus from his channel due to him going through a bad breakup. Lee then announced in April 2018 that he would be returning soon to YouTube. Once he did, Lee finally responded to the allegations and the multiple videos made on him in a 10-minute video titled "Leeeee Goes to Jail, Where Have I Been? #ThisIsMe," 3 years after the controversy.
A few things that's on YouTube about myself, and I've never spoken about this before, and people will probably ask me why I've decided to speak about it now and not at the start. At the start, it was a very difficult situation for me to speak about it, but now I feel as if that I'm in a confident enough position, a strong enough position to actually go ahead and start dealing with some of the problems that I'm facing on YouTube, etc. at the moment.
However, in this video, Lee didn't discuss the specific allegations of him allegedly harassing a 52-year-old and 18-year-old schoolgirl. The main thing I took away from this video was Lee stating how videos that were made on him claiming he was a groomer or went to prison were all false.
This is the thing. People are spreading lies about me. It's been picked up by kids, it's been picked up by other people who believe it because I've never addressed it before. That's probably my own fault. But the thing is, people are using words that kids don't understand, which are the end they are using, which could, in hindsight, could probably get them into a lot of trouble as well because they're saying stuff that's not true.
Lee then went on to explain the reason for his absence in Stampy's video, explaining how he chose to leave Stampy's channel as he did not want to give Stampy a bad reputation.
Also, I'd like to just sort of go back to Stampy, for example. Now, I haven't spoken about Stampy, excuse me, for about 4 years now, 4 or 5 years, and I've never said anything about it because I didn't feel as if I had to, but I'm going to say it now. People have been saying that Stampy blocked me and Stampy had thrown me out of his world, etc. Now, he didn't, and there's a few, if you go back to that certain point before I left Stampy's world, you'll see a disclaimer in Stampy's description. I don't know what it says exactly, but it says that something along the lines of that my character, Leeeee, was being played by someone else, which I can assure you it wasn't. I was playing Leeeee until I left Stampy's world. The reason I left Stampy's world was obviously because I didn't want to get him bad reputation. I didn't want to see him doing bad. I wanted his success and his achievement to still go well, because that was the main thing that I wanted to see Stampy do, is you know, be successful.
Lee had also linked a statement in the description of his video going more into detail about the exposed videos that were made on him, as well as more on his absence from Stampy's world. Firstly, I need to address the recordings on YouTube. On YouTube, there are a few recordings with titles, for example, Leeeee goes to prison, Leeeee is a p***o, why Leeeee left Stampy. The recordings that pester me the most is the ones that have no clue what they are discussing. For instance, me being a pedo, rapist, kid molester, etc. These individuals have no clue what they are on about in light of the fact that those words mean literally nothing to do with me, and these individuals who are doing it realize that they aren't right as well. They are doing it for more perspectives equals more money, equals achievement, and that is the main reason they are doing it. Furthermore, I want to discuss me going to prison. I have never been in prison, so for the general population that are spreading this data around, I went to prison grow up on the grounds that what you're stating is off base. These individuals that are trusting them are generally as additional oblivious about the whole circumstance, since they will believe anything any individual says. I'm the only one that will know whether I have been in prison or not, and I have not been. I see remarks in some cases saying Leeeee broke out of prison, and does Leeeee have a PC in jail? Let me simply consider that. On off chance that I did go to prison, I didn't. Do you truly think I would have been permitted to take a PC into prison? Obviously I won't. Finally, when individuals say Stampy threw Lee out of his world and Stampy blocked Lee, this again is all wrong. Stampy never tossed me out of his world, I chose to leave, out in light of the fact that it was the best for him, so he could still have achievement in his success and not have me to drag him down. I cleared out in light of the fact that it was the best decision despite everything, and I stick by that. Now, Lee's statement as to why he had left Stampy's world, being he didn't want to give Stampy a bad reputation, kind of just confirms, to me at least, that he did do what was reported in the articles, because what else would he have done to have to leave Stampy's world? Also, Lee's refusal to talk about the story reported kind of just confirms to me he did it, as he was probably extremely ashamed or embarrassed to talk about it. As mentioned previously, this video was not a proper response to the controversy, but a video clearing his name of not being a groomer or being in prison. After Lee uploaded this video, he stopped uploading onto his channel completely, and the Lee character was forgotten in time. Until recently. In June 2022, a video was uploaded onto YouTube titled How Stampy Handled the Leeeee Controversy Perfectly. Now, this video caught the attention of Stampy's wife, known as Squishy on YouTube, who commented, "This is such a lovely video, and I totally agree. Stampy should be highly praised for how it was handled. Truth is, we had no idea what was going on until it all came to light in the media. We were mortified. It was kept from us until it was confronted. We had a lot of conversations behind the scenes, and it was always pointing to an ending for the Leeeee character in Lovely World. I was actually already playing Lee consistently, as over the years the person in question was busy with education before everything happened. I want to clear up that it was 100% Stampy's idea to remove Leeeee from the story. Don't believe anything else. He wanted to protect you all, and this was a heartbreaking moment." So you know how Lee stated he was the one who chose to leave Stampy's world? Well, according to Squishy here, that was a lie. Stampy was the one who ended the Lee character. Lee also stated in his video that he was playing on Stampy's world right till Lee left. However, again, this was another lie. As Squishy here states, she was the one who played him consistently, while Lee was busy with education and real life, as well as dealing with the controversy. But Squishy didn't just stop there. I want to reiterate that we only got the truth out of Lee after we confronted him. When more allegations came out, he denied them to our faces, then ultimately backtracked and told us the truth. We trusted him, and that trust was truly broken. Then for him to lie, try to profit off it, using Stampy and tags, Keemstar, all that stuff, and still not take accountability is grotesque and unforgivable. We feel deeply for the victims involved, even though this was many years ago now. I've been wanting to speak up for a while, but been too scared. Also, you're all so young during this time, it didn't feel right. Now, Squishy mentioning the fact that Lee took no accountability is very interesting because, as I mentioned previously, Lee didn't talk about the allegations or apologize to his audience for his actions in this video. And yes, Lee doesn't owe the audience an apology, since the only ones who need apologizing to are these two women. However, I feel like he still should have offered his audience a proper explanation as to why he had left, because to me, it looked like he was just hiding from the controversy in his video.